subscribe if you want to see more of me. And let's just get into this. So, I've been watching a lot of movies lately. I'm not a movie person, typically, but I have not been feeling well for the past couple of months. So while I wait for tests and stuff to come back, I haven't been doing much. Except watching movies and reading, hanging out with my puppy dog. So I'm starting to become more of a movie person. This will be a sneak peek. We got a DVD player and have been renting DVDs from the library, which is a hack. A hack. Because the DVD player from the thrift store, we got it from like a furniture thrift store, was $8. And then the DVDs, obviously, is just part of having a library card. You don't have to pay anything. I don't like saying this stuff is free because like our taxes pay for it, but this is what our taxes should be paying for, this type of stuff. So I am using a Letterboxd account right now. If you don't know what that is, it's an app like Goodreads. If you know what Goodreads is, where Goodreads is for books, where you can rate and review them, and then it helps you remember everything you've read. Same idea, but for movies. And maybe you'll get some good recommendations out of this. And I'm looking at the movies I've watched in the last 2 weeks, and there's a lot of them, so I believe Letterboxd has them sorted from newest to oldest release date for the movie. So I'm going to start with oldest and then go to newest, and I'll tell you my rating and what I think about all of them. Some of them I won't remember the movie very well, but that means it probably wasn't that good. So the first movie is The Holiday. The Holiday by directed by Nancy Meyers. I'm obsessed with this movie. I gave it 5 stars. It is my all-time favorite cozy movie. Holiday. It's a holiday movie where Cameron Diaz and Kate Winslet switch places. Kate Winslet lives in the UK somewhere. Somewhere very pretty, on like the countryside in the UK. And then Cameron Diaz lives in LA, and she's like a famous director for movie commercials, which is so random but cool. So Cameron Diaz has like this huge, beautiful house, and Kate Winslet has like this little cottage. And Cameron Diaz is going through like a breakup, so she was looking for something new. So they both went on their like really old computers, because it is an old movie. Let's see, when was it released? 2006. And they find this website and they chat with each other through this website where you can change homes. Like, that's the purpose of the website. And there's like romance involved, and it's just really heartwarming. Like, there's nothing, it's very wintry, Christmassy, heartwarming. There's nothing that's gonna like get your blood pumping too much, you know? So if you need like a good, happy, and it's not corny, like it's not like a Hallmark movie, corny, you know? I mean, it's Kate Winslet and Cameron Diaz. You can't get better than that. So 5 stars. What a movie to start off with for this video. I'm obsessed with it. And that's like probably the only good description I'll be able to give you guys, because I've watched The Holiday so many times. Okay, next is Gravity. Gravity. I think I have the DVD for this one. Gravity from the library. Oh. not a action girl. I am more of a drama without any gore. Like not a maybe a murder drama if it's done like tastefully, but I'm not into gore or like a ton of action. You know, like I read a lot of literary fiction books, so same idea but for movies. I picked this up because it has Sandra Bullock in it, and I love Sandra Bullock. Oh, and it has George Clooney, and I forgot about George Clooney, but he is so good in this movie. It's basically about them getting stuck in space, and I don't want to spoil anything, but it happens within the first like few minutes of the movie. Immediately, they're up in space, and they get thrown off of their course by something. And Sandra Bullock is somewhat funny in this because she is like the least capable of all of them, but she's in charge for most of the movie just because of how the circumstances happen. She was there as like a doctor to do some type of research. She wasn't there as like one of the astronauts who had been many times, who like had a lot of experience with it. So yeah, it's also like I'm not someone who loves to think about space. It makes me feel very small, and not in a good way. I have like an existential crisis if I see it like movies like this and think about it too much. But I mean, they were like in orbit of the Earth most of the time, so yeah, it's a very stressful movie. A lot of action. What did I give it? If you like action and like a ton of drama, you would love this. I gave it 3 stars. Okay, what's next? Oh my god. I forgot about this movie. 5 Flights Up. Do I have the DVD? No. I am paying my respects to Diane Keaton. My mom and all of her sisters look and act like Diane Keaton, and she passed away a few weeks ago. So, I have been watching movies with her. I think this is the only one that's going to be on this list that I've watched in the last 2 weeks. But this is a Diane Keaton, Morgan Freeman movie where they've lived in the same New York apartment together for like 40 years or something. It's very cute. And the whole movie is about them trying to sell this apartment, and like, do they actually want to sell it? They love it so much. Nothing happens the whole movie except that. It is so boring. This is very much a movie, I guess if you were like, I think it's targeted to retired old people. But it's cute. It's very cute. But I only gave it 2 stars because I was extremely bored the whole time. So let's go to the next one. I Still Love You, Diane Keaton. I mean, their acting is incredible. It's just too bad the movie sucked. Another 2-star review for the next one. This movie is called Before We Go. I got this movie from the library because it said it was Chris Evans' directorial debut. I think I have the DVD. You can see Chris Evans on it. And then Alice Eve, I think, is the female, and I have never heard of her before. She looks a little familiar, but I also don't know a lot of actresses, so you might know her, but this is just like a classic rom-com. Let me read the little synopsis here. A woman who is robbed on her way to catch the 1:30 train to Boston is left stranded in New York City. She meets a man who helps her during the course of the night, and the two form a romance. Again, which is most movies, right? Even if usually the partners are bad people, they do that so that we don't feel bad about watching someone cheat. Or like we feel justified in it, but I still don't like it. Like, I don't know. I guess it ups the drama of it, but it's just like so uncomfortable. It's fine to fall in love with someone while you're with your abusive husband, but like realize you're falling in love with someone and then divorce him and then you can be with the other person. Don't like be with the other person, because then you're not being the bigger person. Okay, anyways, that tangent was silly, but yeah, that movie was from 2014. It's old too. Okay, the next movie my coworker talks about constantly. She is Japanese. She's living in Canada for 2 years, and she talks about La La Land being her favorite movie, favorite American movie, constantly. Like, she says she's already seen it 6 times, and she's only been here for a year and a half, so she loves it. I hated how this ended. That's all I'll say, because I don't want to spoil it. But this is, a lot of people know this movie. It's gotten a lot of awards. The leads are Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone. And it's another romance, but also a musical, I guess. Is that what it's I don't know if I can see what it's classified as here. Okay, yeah, it doesn't say. Oh, here we go, genre. The genre is drama, comedy, and romance. Yeah. And there's a lot of song and dance, it says. The visuals are beautiful. It is very well, like, obviously the acting is great. It's freaking Emma Stone. Who doesn't love her? Acting is great. It's really pretty. It's like in LA. The music is good. It didn't end on like a good, it kept you wondering what was happening still at the end. Like, there was no closure, and I don't like movies that do that to me, so I gave it 3 stars. I also like don't love song, like musical type movies, but everyone's different with that. Okay, the next movie I watch, which I think I have a DVD for. This one was really good. Really, really good. I love this movie. The Big Sick. The Big Sick. Pakistan-born comedian Kumail Nanjiani and grad student Emily Gardner fall in love but struggle as their cultures clash. When Emily contracts a mysterious illness, Kumail finds himself forced to face her feisty parents, his family's expectations, and his true feelings. I gave this a 4.5 out of 5 stars. It was funny. I think the actor, it sounds like just from that description that he is a comedian. The relationships, like, I felt like we got a really raw look at their relationship. They just acted like normal people while also being like insanely funny, which I love. I love when something feels real, you know? And there is a really good amount of drama that hooks you the entire time. So yeah, really suggest this movie. It also deals with like illness, but it ends everything. There's closure, right? It doesn't leave you like wondering at the end. So, and I think they handled the illness stuff really well. So yeah, 4.5 out of 5 stars. Obsessed with that movie. Oh, here's a 5-star. This movie is from 2018. You've probably heard of it if you live in the US, the USA, the States. sex. This was another suggestion by my Japanese coworker, and I forgot that I had seen this movie before, and it's just about Ruth Bader Ginsburg. And I started watching it being like, why does this seem familiar? And then I was like, oh my god, it's about Ruth Bader Ginsburg. It took me like 10 minutes to realize, but yeah, it's, if you don't know Ruth Bader Ginsburg, she is a attorney, was an attorney, and then she eventually was on the Supreme Court, and it's her life story, and it's very interesting because she was like one of the only females in her class at Harvard, and everything was very sexist back then. I think like the 50s, 60s is when she was like an adult, a young adult, and going to school and everything, and she's very smart, and she is very into women's rights, and you learn a lot. And it's also, not only do you learn a lot, it is very, like, her story is very interesting. There's a lot of drama that like really captures you the whole time. So yeah, I gave this 5 stars, of course. Everyone should watch this movie. It's really important to know how far we've come. Like, everything that she's been able to do for not just like the US but the world, as far as like progressing women's rights. It's crazy. Okay, and then, oh my god, this one was awful. Like, kind of in a good way, but just so sad. This next one. Our friend. I probably have the DVD for that one here. Yep. Our Friend. I picked this one up because it has Dakota Johnson in it. After learning that his terminally ill wife has 6 months to live, a man welcomes the support of his best friend who moves into their home to help out. This movie's from 2019. I gave it 4 stars, but I cried or felt like crying for the entire movie. There is no point where, I mean, it says it in that description. It's a terminally ill wife, and you know through the entire movie that she's terminally ill, and it's like her and her family going through that, and it is heartbreaking. So if you need a cry, then maybe watch this. But like, I wouldn't do it if you were in a bad headspace, because it would probably, if I was really having a bad day, it would send me in a spiral. It's just so, and also if you're going through any type of illness with any of your family, like, don't watch this because it'll make you very sad. The only other thing I'll say about it is Jason Segel. Jason Segel is so, he's like that. Okay, I'll just give you, yeah, a man welcomes the support of his best friend, but a little bit more background. Jason Segel is kind of like lost in life. He doesn't live near these people, this terminally ill wife and the husband, but like he used to be best friends with them, still kind of is, just like a long distance. And so he moves in with them, and he's just like goofy and doesn't have a job, but like, I don't know, his character is just so good, so incredible acting in this too. It's like funny. He's funny. It gives some lightheartedness to like an incredibly heavy movie. So yeah, big fan. Okay, the next one, I'll just tell you, it was a movie on Amazon Prime. I only gave it 1.5 stars, and it's called A Nice Girl Like You, and it is very sexual. The whole movie is just about sex. And it's Lucy Hale. She does a lot of like movies on Amazon Prime that seem like Hallmark movies, you know, they're very like low budget, all romances, all end the same way. But yeah, it was just really bad. Sometimes I'll pop one of those on if I need something upbeat. Okay, this next one, I liked it. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars, and it is called Past Lives. It's from 2023. It was like one of the top movies of 2023, which is why I grabbed it from the library. I don't have it here. The only thing I didn't like about it is there's a lot of, is it Korean? I think it's Korean, in it. So there's a lot of subtitles, which I usually don't mind, but my TV's kind of far away right now, so it's hard to read. You have to really pay attention, you know. After decades apart, childhood friends Nora and Haesung are reunited in New York for one fateful weekend as they confront notions of destiny, love, and the choices that they make in life. They were, more than childhood friends. They like dated, and it seemed like they were still in love with each other, even though they hadn't seen each other since she moved. Like, they were dating, and then she moved away when they were still dating, and they just stopped talking. As like kids, I think they were like junior high age, so like 7th, 8th grade. And he finds her when they're adults. She's like very successful in New York City, and he's still like very Korean. And yeah, I'll leave it at that. There, again, I didn't love the ending. There wasn't a lot of closure, and it was very sad. Which, like most, this is a beautiful movie. Great acting, so most like beautiful, well-produced, like highly rated movies, I don't know why they can't just end with a good ending. It's like not artsy enough for people who make these movies. It pisses me off. Sorry, that wasn't very relaxing of me, that little rant I went on, but yeah, 3 out of 5 stars. Oh, I really liked the next one. It's called Perfect Days. It's from 2023. I think this is another one that I just saw. It had good ratings. It was like one of the best movies of 2023, so I put it on hold at the library. It's about this guy. He's a toilet cleaner in Tokyo, and he really appreciates everything in life. There's like hardly any talking in this movie, and usually I would think it was boring, but the way it was filmed and the way the guy is like interacting with the world, and like how he's like happy in like his relationship with his family, it was just very heartwarming to me, and like made me realize that I need to appreciate life more. And he's a toilet cleaner. Like, his family looks down on him because of that, but he's like, he's still like very, it seems like very observant of the world, and like very, sees a lot of beauty in it, and like very happy. So yeah, great movie. 4 out of 5 stars for this one. Another one, like I said, there's not a lot of speaking, and there is some other languages happening. Must be Japanese. Okay, this next one is called Puppy Love. It is another Lucy Hale Prime Video movie. Same idea as the one that was sexual, but this one is a lot better because it was about... Oh my god, I'm sorry. Let me have some water. It's about dogs, a lot of it. 2 people adopt dogs, and then they meet on a date, and their dogs meet. And then one of the dogs gets pregnant from the other dog. said, it has that like Hallmark low budget movie feel, so don't go into it expecting a masterpiece, but like expect a good time. Okay, here's the next one, which I don't even remember this movie. It must be it must have been like 2 weeks ago that I watched it. Let's read it real quick. Heather Young. Okay, wait, sorry. It's called The Map That Leads to You. It's from 2025, so it's new. And it's Madeline Klein and KJ Appa. KJ Appa. I don't know who those people are. Heather is a young woman traveling Europe with friends before starting her perfectly planned life. A chance meeting with Jack sparks an unexpected romance that leads to deep emotional discovery. As secrets and life choices test their bond, her path changes forever. I liked seeing Europe. That was about the only thing I liked about this movie. It was, the acting wasn't terrible, but it also wasn't great. And the message, why is that car so loud? The message is good. But still, like, Hallmark movie quality in it was like not super entertaining, so I gave it 2.5 stars. Oh my god, this next one. Okay, this one's called Begonia. You might have heard of it because it's still in theaters at the time that I'm posting this video. It's from 2025. I saw it in theaters with my cousin. She makes movies for a living. She's the camera person, which is so badass because there's not a lot of females that do that. She's amazing. Do you want to hear my hat? So, this is Emma Stone. Again, love Emma Stone. Can't go wrong, right? Except you can. Two conspiracy-obsessed young men kidnap the high-powered CEO of a major company, convinced that she is an alien intent on destroying planet Earth. Two conspiracy-obsessed men that live in the middle of nowhere, it seems, and lock a lady in their basement. The ending is crazy. I think I was reading reviews for this movie, and that's just something this director does. Like, he makes really weird movies. But also, imagine, how long is this movie? Details, it doesn't say the length. Oh, 118 minutes. So 2 hours. Imagine probably 90% of that 2 hours you're watching two really creepy men, creepy dirty men, harass a Emma Stone in their basement. It is so uncomfortable, and that's probably why this movie is a fancy movie. Because you are so uncomfortable the whole time, and people like to feel something. Like, it is very well done in that way. Their goal was to make you uncomfortable, and it works. I did not have a good time. It was a very hard watch. There was also, towards the end, a lot of gore. Probably not a lot for someone who watches gory movies, but for me, I had to shield my eyes a lot. And just throughout the movie, there's also just a lot of gross stuff. So if you want to watch a really weird movie that Emma Stone is in, by all means watch Begonia. Begonia. That's a good word. It's kind of ruined for me now. I rated it 3 out of 5 stars. I didn't give it any lower because I can tell it's a good movie. It's just not something I enjoyed. And it did make me uncomfortable. Like, I think it was released in 2025. Charlie, the fiercely independent owner of an all-female mechanic shop, is forced to reevaluate her future when a flashy corporate competitor moves in across the street. Seeking comfort, she turns to an anonymous online confidant. Unaware she's confiding in Bo, the very rival threatening their business, as sparks fly both online and off. The truth threatens to blow everything out. To me, this feels crazy thinking about Begonia and then thinking about this movie. This is a low-budget romance that, has closure at the end, like any good, like Hallmark-type movie will have. The actors in this are beautiful. Madeline Petch, Jacob Shipio, and Katie O'Brien, and Madison Bailey, and Mateo Lane. Beautiful cast, like the most attractive people I've ever seen. I only gave this 1.5 stars because it was very predictable, very corny, and this is a movie about all-female mechanic shop, all-female mechanics, and there is no queer representation at all, which just seems a little bit unrealistic to me. I don't require it in a movie, but this was the perfect opportunity for them to have a queer romance of some kind, even as a side plot, and it's crazy that they didn't. Because the women were hot, they're like working on cars and stuff. It didn't make any sense. So yeah, just because it was corny and there was no queer representation, I rated it really low, but other than that, it was like easy watch, pretty like chill and enjoyable enough. Like I watched the whole thing, so it wasn't like a DNF, do not finish. Okay, that's all of the movies. So just a recap. Oh my god, I'm sorry. Just a recap. The only movies I gave like 5 stars to were The Holiday and On the Basis of Sex, the movies about Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and then my next up was a 4.5 star, The Big Sick. Loved that movie. Obsessed. Very funny. I'll probably watch that again in a few months. And then, do I have another 4-star? Oh, Our Friend, which was just sad. And because the acting was good and it made me cry the whole time, I thought it deserved 4 stars. And that's really it. Oh, Perfect Days, too. That was the one with the guy who, he works for Tokyo Toilets. Public toilet cleaner. It was a very inspiring movie about how to appreciate your life. Okay, again, subscribe. I will be back tomorrow. It's crazy that I'm doing this every day. I'm somehow doing it. I'm gonna have to start filming batches so I can go on vacation for Christmas.